He is innocent, family of deported Venezuelan rebukes Trump claims. Brother of Francisco Javier Garcia Cacique spotted him in a video showing scores of Venezuelan prisoners being taken to notorious El Salvador prison. Donald Trump's White House has described the Venezuelan migrants deported to a notorious prison in El Salvador as heinous monsters and terrorists who rape, maim and murder for sport. But relatives of Francisco Javier Garcia Cacique, a 24-year-old from the city of Maracay, say he was a hairdresser, not a crook. He has never been in prison, he is innocent, and he has always supported us with his work as a barber, his younger brother, Sebastián Garcia Cacique, said from their family home in Venezuela. Less than a week ago, the Garcia brothers were preparing to be reunited, with Francisco telling relatives he expected to be deported from a U.S. immigration detention facility to his South American homeland after being arrested by immigration officials on March 2. The flight was scheduled for last Friday. A family gathering was planned in Maracay. On Sunday, those plans were shattered when El Salvador's authoritarian president, Nayib Bukele, published a cinematographic propaganda video on social media showing scores of Venezuelan prisoners being frog-marched off planes and into custody in his country's terrorism confinement center. "It's him," a shell-shocked Sebastián told their mother after spotting his sibling among those shackled men. "I never in my life thought I would see my brother like that, handcuffed, his head shaved, in a prison for murderers, where they put rapists and kidnappers. It is very painful because he is innocent," he said of his brother, who traveled to the U.S. in late 2023 chasing a better future. Lindsay Toxilowski, a California-based immigration lawyer, was another person who found herself scouring Bukele's sensationalist video for any sign of her client. Another Venezuelan migrant she feared had also been unjustly dispatched to El Salvador after seeking shelter from political persecution in the U.S. "I felt sick, absolute shock," Toxilowski said of the moment she saw those pictures in which detainees are shown being forced to their knees to have their heads shaved by masked security forces with batons and guns. "It really is such an escalation, and to see it paraded and celebrated by the White House and by Bukele was just an absolutely shocking escalation of human rights abuses against migrants," said the lawyer who works for the Immigrant Defenders Law Center, IMDF, group. Garcia and Toxilowski's client, an LGBTQ+ asylum seeker she declined to name out of fears for his safety, appear not to be the only Venezuelans deported to El Salvador despite having no criminal history in their home country or the U.S. More than 260 people were deported to the Central American country last weekend, 137 of them under 227-year-old wartime powers invoked by the U.S. president called the Alien Enemies Act. In recent days, a succession of Venezuelan families have gone public to demand the release of their loved ones, young working men whose main crimes appear to have been their nationality and having tattoos that U.S. immigration authorities deemed a sign of affiliation to the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. Experts in South American organized crime reject the idea that tattoos are a meaningful indicator of gang membership in Venezuela. Garcia's tattoos include one, inspired by a verse from the Book of Isaiah and inked onto his skin during a stint living in Peru, that reads, "God gives his toughest battles to his strongest warriors." His brother, Sebastián, has the same tattoo. In a video posted on social media, Mercedes Yamarte, the mother of another migrant sent to El Salvador, Mervin Yamarte, described her 29-year-old son as a good, hard-working boy who had never been involved in crime. But Yamarte, who entered the U.S. in 2023 and had lived in Dallas, also has tattoos, one with the name of his daughter, another paying tribute to his mom, which were seemingly interpreted as an indication of gang membership by U.S. authorities. "Everyone close to him knows he has a big heart and nothing to do with Tren de Aragua," his brother, Francis Varela, wrote on social media. "My brother went in search of the American dream," Varela added. "A dream that has now become a nightmare for us all." Toxilowski's client also has tattoos which she said immigration enforcement officials used to allege he was a Tren de Aragua member. But, they are not gang tattoos and he has no gang membership affiliation at all, the lawyer insisted. Garcia's shock incarceration in El Salvador ended a 6-year quest to build a better life for himself and his family, which the Venezuelan Zoomer documented on Instagram. After leaving his economically shattered country in 2019, Garcia migrated to Callao, a seaside city near Peru's capital Lima, hoping to make enough money to help his family survive back home. "I miss you, Venezuela," he posted the following year, between photos and videos that highlighted his love for hairdressing, football and his numerous tattoos. In late 2023, Garcia, like many Venezuelan migrants, decided to relocate to the U.S. to escape the post-pandemic economic crisis in Peru. An Instagram photo shows him posing outside a train station in the Mexican state of Jalisco as he heads to the southern border. The post is accompanied by a song by the Mexican singer Peso Pluma called Nueva Vida, New Life, which captured his aspirations. 2 months later, another image shows him cutting hair at a Marvel-themed salon in Longview, Texas, named after the Incredible Hulk. "May it be everything we dreamed of," Garcia wrote of his fresh start beside an emoji of the Stars and Stripes flag. Last weekend that dream came to an abrupt and unexpected end in Bukele's mega prison near San Salvador. Immigration advocates have voiced outrage at the plight of men such as Garcia and the lack of due process in their cases. "It's enraging because they clearly don't have any affiliation with Tren de Aragua at all," said Adam Isaacson, a migration expert from the Washington office on Latin America think tank. Isaacson said that in the past such migrants tended to face detention in a miserable detention center here in the United States or were shipped back home. It did not mean that you were sent to some medieval jail of an authoritarian leader in another country. "So we're in brand new ground here," Isaacson warned, adding that while it was possible some of those deported to El Salvador were hardened criminals, many appeared to be innocent. Sebastián García Cacique insisted that was the case of his older brother, who their mother had raised to be an honest and good person. He urged Trump to review his brother's case and free him. "I believe this is an injustice," said Garcia, 21. "Maybe one or two of the prisoners have criminal records, and if they did something, punish them for it. But the innocent should be sent to Venezuela. What is he doing in El Salvador if he committed no crime there? Why don't they say what crimes they are accused of?"